Yeah.
Indeed. So we're going to be... I think we'll have another match coming up soon.
Correct. It's going to be Colombia versus Vietnam. And for that match, we'll be swapping out the commentary booth place that I kept warm for about 2 hours for Quinton, who's going to hop in and join you, Dolan. How are you doing, Quinton?
Hey there, boys. I'm doing fine. Really looking forward to Colombia versus Vietnam. Sarden, you obviously did a phenomenal job casting these 4 matches, so thank you for that as well.
And thank you, Quinton. Alrighty, I'll let you have the limelight for now. I'll be back some other time, and I wish everybody who's watching the Osu live stream a lot of fun with the upcoming matches. And don't forget to check out banners on the website. You can buy a banner for like $2.50, right? And you can support your favorite team with it. So,
indeed.
Just saying it.
Plugging to the very end of the shift.
Oh, exactly. That's where you can sell most of your assets, right?
The hardest worker.
And that's what I am. But the hardest worker is going to get a bit of a break here. I'll be back some other time. I wish everybody a lot of fun watching this. And good luck to you, Dolan and Quinton. It was nice casting with you, Dolan. We'll do that some other time again. Alrighty. Bye. Take care, everyone.
Alright, take care. Sorry. Alright then.
Alright, Quinton.
Yeah, Dolan, I was about to say, Colombia actually winning that first point, which we didn't see on stream. So it was a break point already to start this match up. So that's looking promising.
And that's actually very spicy to see a break point.
Yeah.
What was the pick?
It was Nomad 2. So the Ascendance Nomad 2 map, and they won by 7,000 points. So basically nothing.
Yeah. This was one of the matches when we kind of talked in the pre-show earlier on JBH's stream earlier in the week that this was a loser's bracket match that could have the potential for fireworks. Because this is the first real team that Colombia has been able to play against where they have a chance to really show what they can do.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree on that. And I think it's been showing on that first map. Curious to see where this is going to go further on this Hard Rock 2 pick that's coming out of Colombia. Colombia always known for being a Hard Rock team, so that makes perfect sense in my opinion. We see Dele, Help Me Please, and Juansi facing up against Chu, Stardust Prism, and Ling Ling Lily. Stardust Prism and Ling Ling Lily choosing Hidden with that Hard Rock just for reading purposes, obviously. But there are quite a lot of roster changes between that Nomad 2 pick and that Hard Rock 2 pick. I believe only Dele and Juansi and Starter Prism played Nomad 2, so 3 changes. So this could be promising for Vietnam to break back. But Ling Ling Lee dropping there at 100 combo is going to give the early advantage over to Colombia.
Early lead for Colombia, and we should be seeing Dele play basically every map. I'm pretty sure Dele is the Colombian ace. Speaking of Dele, there is a miss from Dele. Quarter of the way in, that's the first miss out of Colombia, so that's going to even things out a little bit. Maybe give Vietnam a slight advantage because there was more than one miss. Indeed, they will be taking over the lead.
Yeah, the map's about 800 camo in length, and there's a couple of hard pans at the ending. So the beginning parts where you'd like to have as much free combos you could. Start Prism dropping there is going to switch that lead back in favor of Colombia, having about a half miss lead because that Ling Ling lead miss was around 100 combo. But the end is quite chokeable. Like there's a couple of memory patterns there that could switch things at the end. And Dele dropping once more for Colombia is, I believe, going to tie things up. But
Ling Ling Lily
trading immediately, yeah.
Yep. So traded. That's going to keep the advantage with Colombia for now.
Yeah, things looking good for the bottom side of Colombia. Help Me Please and Juanzi still holding on to the FC, but Juanzi actually ends up dropping. So Chu versus Help Me Please. The only 2 FCs remaining.
Oh, and Help Me Please is going to drop, so that will switch it right back over to Vietnam as Ling Ling Lily gets up to that 200. Dele is down. That is a near triple miss from Colombia. Juanzi the only one with combo. Vietnam now huge score advantage, over 100k. It was so close, back and forth.
Definitely all 3 of them above 200 combos, so they're definitely capitalizing on this miss of Colombia. And now the memory part comes, but okay, we see the dropping from Dele, Star Prism, Help Me Please as well, but that wouldn't matter in the end because the score difference was already too huge. Great buffer coming in from Vietnam, and that's about a win by about 160,000 points, I do believe. So that's quite a convincing victory, and Dele especially kind of struggling on this Hard Rock 2 pick, surprisingly so. So that's Vietnam breaking back immediately. So 1-1 scoreline, anyone's game.
So tie at 1, breakpoint for breakpoint. Vietnam up to pick next. And now we get to see what the bans were.
Yeah, definitely. Hidden 1 getting taken off, as well, probably has been the case in most matches, right? Loyar Hidden to niche of a skill set, and then Nomad 4 being the long, jumpy comrade. I think those are quite reasonable bans, quite expected bans, rather, from both teams.
Vietnam going to go for Hidden 3 here. The AR9 Hidden Convert. Just under 2 minutes.
Yeah, very streamy map, this one. See quite a lot of teams struggling in the beginning section and around the wiggle section in the middle. But there are some rough patterns, which is to be expected when you're playing converts. So, reasonable pick coming in from Vietnam, I do believe. I think they have a better hidden roster in comparison to Colombia. Colombia did play, well, used to pick hidden over the past couple of years, though, so not too familiar with their current hidden skills, but I do believe they are still on par, so expecting quite a close game on this one.
We see Hui Time Clock checking in for Vietnam along with Stardust Prism. Still waiting for a third on Vietnam. Yeah, Hidden 1, definitely a popular ban this weekend.
Yeah, I believe we've only seen it twice or something. I think it was played in Indonesia versus Singapore a couple of minutes ago, but then can't recall any other. Actually, France versus Italy was also picked as a 10th map, actually. So that's twice I do believe it's been played. But yeah, most teams, either you pick it or you ban it. It's not something you can leave open because it's that niche of a skill set. Either you're good at Loyar Hidden or you're bad, but you just... There's no in between most of the times, except for like France and Italy, were both feeling less confident in those type of matches, so just both kept it open.
Here we go. Maroda going to be the third player for Vietnam checking in as the start command is issued.
Yeah, and with the third pick of this match, picked by Vietnam. Let's see if they convert this into a point. This match has only been breakpoints so far. Back-to-back breakpoints. We could see a repeat of France versus Italy from yesterday. If it were to happen, that would be kind of insane, to be honest.
Would be, but this match definitely, I think, has the potential.
Yeah, definitely. Fully agree on that.
Here we go. On to the first hidden pick of the match from Vietnam. Early misses from Help Me Please and Hui Time Clock. So those will trade. Dele and Zhuangzi, though, going to miss early. That's a triple team miss there. And everyone's already missed now because Maroda and Stardust Prism drop. It's Hui Time Clock with the combo.
Yeah, a lot of miss coming from everyone, actually. So no combos on the board. I think Stardust Prism one-hand combo is doing huge things for Vietnam right now. And Colombia is just not able to counter that currently.
Yeah, Maroda trying to build up the combo too as well. Seems like Colombia really struggling here on the hidden pick. Zhuangzi now getting up to 200 combo. Dele dropping once again.
Yeah, but that score difference is huge, actually. Already 200,000 points. Starter Prism and Maroda doing huge things for Vietnam right now.
Yeah, now they're really doing the damage. Oh, but those misses, huge. Triple team miss from Vietnam. But Colombia just has no combos to really capitalize aside from Zhuangzi.
Yeah, Zhuangzi is outperforming his teammates by quite a bit, actually, and he's doing a lot, but Dele is clearly striking up top there. Only 95% accuracy, but the double miss coming from Vietnam is actually going to get somewhat closer, but they have a huge buffer, so Colombia has to start capitalizing and stop missing, rather, to get back into this map.
Yep, Zhuangzi and Dele now trying to really do something, but Maroda and Stardust getting up there to negate the advantage. And again, just too much damage was done early in the map by Vietnam for Colombia to really do anything.
Yeah,
a solid win for them.
Zhuangzi with a really good score on the Colombian side, but then started Prism and Maroda, the two of them, countering Zhuangzi, and that's a huge difference for Vietnam. And a good pick and a good point for them, so 2-1, but definitely it was Vietnam's pick, so it shouldn't matter that much to Colombia. They know what their strengths and weaknesses are. I'm quite sure they knew this was one of their weaknesses. So just GG go next, really. Next map. Completely forget about Hidden 3. It doesn't matter anymore. It's been played. I'm curious to see if Colombia is going to stay in the hard rock bracket, or they're going to branch out to different brackets. could perhaps go for mixed mob, but then they need a hidden player for those, or so perhaps not. I think Nomad 1 could be a safe kind of de-stress pick, I would say, because it's just probably within the comfort zone of all players in this lobby. Or just Hard Rock 3, actually. Probably hardest Hard Rock pick because it's a convert. Somewhat similar to Hard Rock 2. Somewhat, it's still a convert, obviously, but they go Nomad 3, actually. Right, but this is banger alert, though. This is a great song.
Oh, absolutely. But they're electing to go for the technical slider map.
Yeah, interesting pick from Colombia. The map it's really good, actually. For a convert, it's really, really good. It's placed quite naturally. There's some memory patterns or close to memory patterns here and there. So people that didn't practice as much or are kind of nervous could get caught out by those. The rest of the map is just complete straightforward mapping and just a banger, so it's way easier to practice in my opinion, just because it's so good.
That always helps.
Definitely does. Same with the tiebreaker in this round. It's such a good song and the map is so good that it makes it so much easier to practice it.
So it looks like we're getting our roster set up, no changes here.
It's also way longer, this map, than the other maps that have been played, so that might be a reason why Colombia chose this, because it's a little bit more consistency-based. Being 3 minutes 40 in length in comparison to, well, Nomad 2 being under 2 minutes, Hard Rock 2 being under 2 minutes, so definitely, and Hidden 3 as well, so this is the first long map that has been picked in this match. And we've seen Narnia coming in for the very first time in this match as well, I do believe, except did they play Nomad 2? No, they did not, so their first appearance in this match. On the other side, Marota, Starter Prism, and Huey Time Clock staying in for Vietnam. They play really well in Hidden 3, so Vietnam opting to keep them in for Nomad 3 as well.
All right, stage is set for round 4. The slider consistency Nomad pick. We'll see how this one shapes up.
Narnia, help me please, and Juanzi trying to get Colombia's second pick on the board, a second point on the board rather, in this banger of a song and a map.
And here we go. So Narnia, help me please, and Juanzi for Colombia against Marota, Stardust Prism, and Huey Time Clock for Vietnam.
Everything synced up for overtime. Song by Noor. 3 minutes 40 in length, so this one is a marathon, not a sprint. Clean starts by all players, everyone getting above 80 combo. No issues to be found. Actually, not Marota being the first to open around 100 combo, so early advance for Colombia. But the fact that, Narnia actually dropping, trading it immediately, and it's going to give it's very tiny score advantage into Vietnam's favor if one runs above 200 combo.
Everyone else still doing fine, getting to that 200 combo mark with ease. Marota, though, finding several misses. Narnia will trade one of them, but I think Marota found 2 misses. Narnia finding a second one, so a third one even.
Yeah, the top player is somewhat struggling, and it's going to give a small advantage towards Vietnam, about 7,000 points. Increase by a tiny margin because Marota's combo is a little bit higher than Narnia's, and that miss from Narnia's not helping, but a double is coming for Vietnam. So that's advantage Colombia, actually.
Yeah, Huey Time Clock going down. So Colombia will be able to pull back some score and take a lead even into the halfway point of the map.
Yeah, Juanzi and Help Me Please on the bottom side, still both holding on to a full combo. Dropped some droplets, but those don't matter. On the other side, started Prism countering, but he needs his teammates to step up. And Marota and Juanzi trading misses is still going to stabilize the score difference about 30,000 points. So one misadvantage for Colombia, I do believe.
Yeah, that was so fortunate. Right as Juanzi missed, Narnia got up to 200 combos. So perfect timing for that. For Colombia's... but Narnia just underdashing. It'll be traded by Maroda.
Once he's not enough to a combo, so that's going to actually decrease the score lead.
Yeah, Vietnam were able to pull back a little bit in those exchanges. It's about 30,000 points.
Yeah, the bottom two players for both teams are kind of tied. The difference between Narnia and Maroda right now, 30,000 points. Quarter left of the map. We got really close in the end, I do believe.
So help me please against Stardust Prism. The only two FCs remaining final quarter. Narnia does find a miss. That is going to make things a little bit close. Maroda trades. Narnia trades it back. Juwanzi and Vietnam.
Vietnam get the advantage of the miss from Juwanzi. They need... Colombia needs a miss coming from Vietnam, and Maroda does have them dropping, but a double miss coming from Colombia, and starting double miss combo. It's going to do things for Vietnam, I do believe.
Yep, Vietnam going to be pulling away. Stardust Prism, the only one with a combo above 200 is Juwanzi. Just now gets to 200 to stop the bleeding. Colombia desperately needs something, but they're not going to get it, and that is a close point right there. That's 15,000.
15,000 points in difference, and honestly, it was so close until the end. Stardust Prism definitely being the difference maker in this one. The Stardust Prism holding combo is the only reason Vietnam won that pick there in the end, so beautiful performance coming from him. But Maroda and Narnia especially, both of them somewhat struggling and trading pretty much the entire time. That was how would you put it? I wouldn't call it suspicious, but I can't find the adjective. Either way, we see Hard Rock 1 getting immediately picked by Vietnam, so they waste no time for this next pick. They go for the somewhat consistency-based Hard Rock pick, so that makes perfect sense, right? You win Hard Rock 2 and you win the consistency Nomad, then you're probably going to win consistency Hard Rock as well, so great pick coming from Vietnam in my opinion.
Yep, Vietnam just really looking to further the lead and kind of check out as soon as possible.
Yeah, definitely. They can't put their foot off the gas just yet. Colombia's really close, actually. That last point was pretty much a coin toss in the end. Slightly won by Stardust Prism himself. We see Ling Lady coming back in and Shu as well for Hard Rock, and Dele placing Narnia on the Colombian side. The map is 3 minutes 30 and 3 minutes 23 actually in length, and it's Air 10 obviously after Hard Rock is added. It's really consistency testing, so the patterns themselves aren't that rough, even though Hard Rock is added. It's mostly just trying to be consistent at Air 10 reading and just some higher CS pretty much. You see Ling Lydia and Stardust Prism choosing Hidden once again with their Hard Rock, just as they did in Hard Rock 2. The rest of the lobby opts for just regular Hard Rock.
And here we go. Round 5.
A very early miss there from Stardust Prism, I do believe, actually. Not sure. I think. Wait, is he? Did he miss? I think he did. I think he did miss though.
Yeah,
so it's going
I know
to
he did. And that's another one.
A tiny advantage for Colombia at the beginning stage of this map. Okay, somewhat struggling actually Stardust Prism after a C on, but a double is coming from Colombia. So 2v1 actually. They had a tiny buffer due to those many misses coming from Stardust Prism, who's currently at a 96 percent accuracy actually. So somewhat struggling in the beginning stage of this map.
Oh, that miss from Stardust Prism, that was the first miss after the 200 combo mark. And now those next two coming in from Dele and Ling Lily going to trade.
Only Healthy Please and Shu with the double S currently. But I believe the scores, the combos are pretty much tied, and it's going to stabilize the score difference about 40,000 points in favor, actually 30,000 points in favor of Colombia. But Ling Lily dropping there, it's going to give some more leeway towards Colombia. They do seem to be holding on everyone above 200 combos, so it's huge for Colombia.
Colombia in control, nearing the halfway mark of this Hard Rock pick. All the combos now getting up there. Ling Ling Lily still trying to recover the last one. And now up to that 200 combo mark still. Waiting for some misses to be punished. And so far, nothing else. Colombia maintaining the advantage. Dele is going to drop though. And here comes Vietnam. Help me please goes down. Starter's Prism will trade one of them back. Dele goes down again though.
I think Vietnam needs one more miss from Colombia, though, to switch that score advantage. Actually, it's going to get quite close.
Yeah, no, it's going to get close with these combos right now.
Definitely. Shu actually still on the SS, actually, so great performance coming from Shu on the top right corner.
Coming into the final quarter, this score gap is going to get very, very tight as these combos approach 200. Ling Ling Lily and Stardust Prism going down. Double miss. That's just what Colombia needed.
And no one of Colombia trading that, so that's just pure cap. Actually, Dele does end up trading it, but it's only 2 misses in favor of one, and they're capitalizing on this. Juan's with a huge combo. Shu actually also drops, so no more full combos on the board, and Colombia's just taking away right now.
And Juanzi's actually going to have a shot to get MVP over Shu here.
I do believe that's going to be the case, and Juanzi helping piece on the bottom side, performing really well on this Hard Rock 1 pick. Starting Prism Lily dropping twice, Dele trading once, but I don't think that's going to matter. I think Colombia has this one wrapped up. Beautiful performance coming from Juanzi with that early slip up above 1,000 combo.
Big combo, and he's going to drop at the end.
I think he missed the last 3 notes, or last 4 notes even, but then again, didn't matter. Beautiful performance coming from Juanzi. Shu being the MVP by about 2,000 points, but especially Ling Ling leading a Star Prism on the bottom side, somewhat struggling. This was a weird pick, actually, in the end, coming from Vietnam. Not to Colombia breaks back immediately, so that means we're looking back at a tight match soon if Colombia were to convert or pick into a point. Juanzi especially, and LP please as well, two of them have been playing really, really well in my opinion. Definitely MVPs for Colombia right now.
Juanzi really doing the damage on that last pick there. Now, the big question is, how will Colombia try to equalize this match? Do they go for something like a no mod 1? Or do they go back to one of the mod brackets? Perhaps a mixed mod, maybe?
Yeah, double time has been left untouched by both teams. Nothing banned from the double time bracket, but nothing picked either, so there's still 4 juicy double time maps waiting. There's still the Hard Rock Congress as well, which might be something. Well, both teams won on the Hard Rock pick, so curious to see which team is going to be picking Hard Rock 3, if any team is going to be picking that at all. Hidden 2 is also open, but I do believe Vietnam is somewhat the advantage on Hidden, given that Hidden trade performance from them, so yeah, not an easy pick coming in from Colombia.
It's going to be double time 3, so we will see the first double time map of the match.
Right, Koikokoro. Double time 3 air, 8 convert, 660 combo if I'm not mistaken. It's really short. This one is definitely a sprint in comparison to the previous 2 picks. It's relatively jumpy, I would say. But I do believe most players should be comfortable with this as well. Probably the easiest map from the double time pool, so that might be the reason why Colombia is just testing the waters for now on double time. Not wanting to go for the hardest one just yet. But we do have a really close match on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. 3-2 score in favor of Vietnam, but Colombia's pick is coming up.
Yeah, and Colombia definitely has had some fight to them. It's just the consistency that's really kind of held them back in this match a little bit. Really could be 3-2 for them.
Definitely. We've seen Narnia coming back for Colombia. Juanzi help me please. The 2 rocks are still staying in their places. and I think they'll probably be playing every single map from now on in this match already. On the other side, Starter Prism, probably the most experienced player in Vietnam, also staying in his shoe as well, but I'm curious to see if Ling Ling Liddy or Marauder, anyone else actually stepping in for Vietnam in that third spot. Yeah, we're waiting that third player from Vietnam, and then we can get things going on Double Time 3.
Just waiting to figure out that Double Time roster. Maybe Colombia found a weakness.
Maybe they did.
Who
That would
knows?
be huge for the dynamic of this match, though, if Vietnam were to be able to... Oh, we're unable to play Double Time properly, then, well, there's still 3 Double Time picks left off this one as well, so Colombia can just steamroll Double Time, and they have a guaranteed tiebreak situation then if Vietnam were to win all of their picks as well. So this is gonna... I mean, this pick is going to be quite informative for both teams, I do believe. And we could have a completely different match in our hands off of this, but it all depends on the performance of Vietnam on this Double Time pick. But there we go. Star Command has been issued, and Juanzi, help me please in Narnia, trying to get Colombia's third point on the board. Shu started Prism and Ling Ling Liddy trying to break back immediately. We have seen already 3 breakpoints in this match, but both teams are also able to convert. Well, actually, only Vietnam 4 breakpoints actually, completely miscounted that. We see Ling Ling Liddy once again choosing Hidden with her Double Time, but Stardust Prism opting to go without Hidden for this one.
We get everyone synced up, and we'll be underway here in this 6th round Double Time 3 pick from Colombia.
Yeah, early advance. Actually, Ling Ling Liddy and Narnia trading misses in the beginning stage, but once dropping as well, so that's going to give the early advantage to Vietnam.
Again, very early on, even though this is a very short map, the early misses are the least impactful. That double miss, though, for Colombia is really going to hurt right as the 200 combo mark was reached.
Yeah, no one trading on Vietnam is giving them so much score bonus. I look at them capitalizing on those misses of Colombia, and that score bar, 200,000 points difference already just because of how short this map is.
Yeah, Ling Ling Liddy being the only one of Vietnam who's really kind of somewhat struggling on these double time picks. Stardust Prism and Shu seem to really have it locked down. As I say that, Shu is going to find a miss, but Vietnam still have quite the hefty advantage here. Stardust Prism going down. Wait a minute, they now have no combos. Joanzi the only combo in the lobby, but has no support from his teammates.
Yeah,
Oh, the
triple
triple
risk
miss!
that's so unfortunate for Colombia. There was a point in this right before that triple miss. They could have capitalized on those misses coming from Vietnam, but sadly, right now they have no combo on the board, and the map is... I don't think there's enough time for Colombia to build any combo to come back from this. And Startup Prism, actually, we see once again 5 hits coming, only Narnia holding combo in that pattern, so a lot of misses in the late stage of this map.
Yeah, that's really going to negate all the combos, and that's just going to benefit Vietnam because they already have a 200k lead.
Yeah, this is another breakpoint coming in, and Vietnam leading 4-2, and Startup Prism definitely have actually Shu as well. The two of them only with 2 misses. But this pick was not the right pick coming in from Colombia in the end. But, well, yeah, it's still a close match, definitely. Curious to see where Vietnam where are you going to go now is a question, right?
Yeah, where do you go now for Vietnam, especially? You just win that double time pick on a break point. Vietnam now probably likely to eye up a double time map, potentially. Unless they just stick to the plan.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where Vietnam is going to be taking this. I think perhaps double time 4, obviously another GT convert, but it's quite different, higher radar as well. They go for Hard Rock 3, so they stay away from double time. For some reason, Vietnam is not feeling on double time just yet, but they go for the convert Hard Rock. I'm not sure if this is the best pick coming from Vietnam, given the Colombia's performance on Hard Rock 1, but this one is, well, a little more difficult than Hard Rock 1 and a little less long, so might be a reason for Vietnam picking this. But yeah, some weird picks coming in from both teams, in my opinion.
What do we know?
Yeah, obviously we're just bystanders and we have no clue about the practice scores from both teams, right? Colombia could have had a triple SC and double time 3 in practice for all we know. So I definitely could be completely wrong. I'm most likely completely just wrong about the fact that this is a weird pick coming from Vietnam. About the map, it's a convert. It's 2 minutes in length. It's relatively similar to Hard Rock 2 in my opinion. The ending is quite hard as well. There's one pattern right before the last slider that has caught a lot of people off guard. I'm not sure if I think there's only like 4 or 5 ACs out of all players at this point on this map. So I do expect quite a lot of people to drop there. We see Starter Prism and Ling Lee once again choosing Hidden with the Hard Rock as they've been doing the entire match so far.
Well, here we go, on to the 7th map of this match. Help me please, we'll find the early miss here for Colombia. Vietnam picking the Hard Rock Convert. She will be the first miss for Vietnam. Help me please trading it back as Joanzi and Ling Lily also trade. Only Deli and Stardust Prism as Prism goes down.
Yeah, we see once again a lot of missing this early stage of this map, and Deli dropping no more full combos on the board. But I think there's a tiny combo advantage in favor of Colombia, so that's going to give them a slight buffer in the beginning stage of the map. But help me please dropping there is going to switch that back immediately in favor of Vietnam.
And at the break, both sides going to see that both sides really kind of struggling with it. This one very much up in the air at the halfway mark. Vietnam with the edge and the combo advantage. Stardust Prism dropping. There it goes. Kelly and Ling Lily trading. And now it is...
So many misses everywhere. Shu and Juanzi right now, the only individuals with combo right now. But that is a 20,000 score advantage in favor of Vietnam. They're like half miss ahead. Making 1.5 miss, but Deli ends up dropping as well. But Startup ends up trading it. There's so many misses happening. Shu dropping. Only Juanzi with a combo above 200. That's used for Colombia, actually.
Everyone's down but Juanzi. It's all on Juanzi. As Stardust Prism goes down again. Ling Lily goes down. Deli goes down. Shu's down. It's only Joanzi, and Joanzi is going to pull this back with Help Me Please.
And look at that score difference. It's loading up right now. Beautiful performance coming from Juanzi.
The clutch from Joanzi. And the map is coming to an end. As long as Joanzi can nail the ending. Oh, down he goes. Double miss for Vietnam to trade it, though. Stardust Prism is going to try to pull it at the end. Misses from everyone. And it is Vietnam. Oh, my goodness. By 2 to 3. What is that, like 600?
What?
That is less than 1,000.
Vietnam won by 583 points. That is
Oh,
absolutely heartbreaking for Colombia. What on earth?
Oh, Joanzi with such an effort really deserved the point.
Oh my goodness.
But Vietnam denying them at the brink.
That is insane. That is actually so close and so unfortunate for Juanzi because that was a beautiful performance. That was insane, actually. But Vietnam now at 4 match points. This gives such a different dynamic to this match, right? If Colombia were to break back, it's so unfortunate for them.
Wow, that's tragic.
Oh, that is insane. I didn't actually see who hit the ending part, but I think someone from Vietnam did, and that was a difference maker. It was that close. And
I think it was actually Ling Lily, if I'm not mistaken, because
could be.
Or it was either Stardust. I'll have to go back and watch because there's just so many misses coming in back and forth, and it's going to be Nomad 1 that Colombia go with, which I don't blame them. I mean, you're down in the losers bracket, back against the wall, tournament life on the line. Yeah. Nomad 1's not the worst idea.
This is a very reasonable pick coming from Colombia. I do like it. But wow, I'm still amazed by that hard rock trade. That was so unfortunate for Colombia. But beautiful from Vietnam. They were able to capitalize on that last miss from Juanzi and just bring it home right at the end. And we're seeing Hui Time Clock making his reappearance from Maroto as well. So Shu and Ling Lily only being used for speed picks, being hard to double time. On the other side, Juanzi helped me place the 2 of them once again on the bottom side, and then Dele on the top side. Wow, that was insane. All right, we're going to Nomad 1. The map's 2 minutes 22 in length, and it's swing style, so lower BPM and the map's consistently hard in my opinion. So there's no free combo, and there's pretty much you can miss everywhere on it. But I do believe most people should be quite comfortable on it. I'm curious to see where this is going to go. Let's keep in mind it's a loose bracket match, and Colombia is facing 4 match points. Their backs are against the wall. This is a tournament live on the line. They're facing elimination. And Vietnam, they're on their way on finishing at least top 24 if they're able to break Colombia on their Nomad 1 pick. So for both teams, a lot on the line right now.
Also, quick reminder, the winner of this match will get Germany next week in the losers bracket. So Germany awaiting the winner.
Yeah, we've seen early miss coming from Help Me Please at around 10 combo. If Vietnam were to triple FCs, that's going to matter, but I'm quite certain, given the situation of this match, it's not going to be happening, so it shouldn't matter too much.
Either way, Colombia have played a pretty brilliant match here.
Definitely.
And here we go, building to that first key eye of the map. Time clock is going to miss Maroda as well. That's a double miss from Vietnam, so Colombia early advantage.
Yeah, Juanzi, Dele, and Help Me Please, all 3 of them above 200 combos, so full capitalization of those misses of Vietnam. Only started a Prism on the other side.
Another miss from Maroda.
Started Prism only has 95% accuracy, actually.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Still holding on to the full combo, but it ends up dropping though, so we kind of cursed him there, and that's going to be a huge advantage for Colombia. That's 150,000 points because 3 of them are holding on to near triple FC, right? So beautiful performance coming in from Colombia in the first half of this match.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal stuff, and Colombia going to find their first miss. That's Help Me Please going down in the midsection there, but still 2 FCs coming out of Dele and Juanzi. Colombia still with a hefty advantage as Vietnam are now just recovering their combos. Dele is going to drop, so now Vietnam are going to be able to start pulling stuff back.
All eyes on Juanzi once again. Can he hold it together for his team? Help Me Please, and some dropping. No trades coming from Vietnam, and Juanzi dropping as well. Oh no!
Oh no, here comes Vietnam, the triple miss from Colombia. Colombia now desperately racing to get those combos back up. And Vietnam are there, Dele going down again. Vietnam in the lead, into the last sections of the map. They're going to pull off the heist. Colombia needs some misses right now from Vietnam or it is over. Where do these recoveries come from out of Maroda and Stardust Prison?
It's absolutely insane. Once again, heartbreaking for Colombia. And we're lost pair of this map, and I don't think, well, that's
it?
Way too huge. Oh my goodness. Vietnam came out of nowhere.
Look at these scores. All 900Ks. All 900Ks. Or better.
Started Prism, I believe, missed 40 droplets in that map, by the way. That's insane as well. But honestly, great performance coming from Vietnam. And Colombia, so hard break for them. They had a really great match. Those last 2 picks were just wrong side of the coin, I believe the saying is, and that's just unfortunate for Colombia. That is Vietnam taking it home 6-2.
Yeah, despite it being a 6-2 scoreline, Colombia were still very much competitive throughout most of the match. It was still very entertaining to at least watch. And Colombia, I'm sure they'll be happy with at least getting some points on the board and at least being competitive in a match. I'm sure they'll be content with that.
Yeah, we saw a really promising performance coming from Juanzi in particular, in my opinion. Definitely a rock for the Colombian team. Put out a lot of good scores, so yeah, that's probably for upcoming years. But sadly, we already have to say goodbye to Colombia this year in the 25th to 32nd place. In Vietnam, your winners on the screen right now: Shoe Starters, Prism, Lingnan Lily, Maroda, Hui Time Clock, and Namas Pro are continuing forward.